Hey guys, so it's the beginning of November and we're getting ready to do our front bed. As we've talked about before, we have a slope up there, so we were kind of, had plenty of time to decide what we wanted to do up there. We decided to go in with some Limelight Hydrangeas. As you can see, we were lucky enough to find 3 of them that were blooming at the garden center, and we're pretty ecstatic about that. We didn't want to put the ones that we brought from the last house because they're a little bit too big to put up in the front. We want to start with something small, let them root in, let them grow, and basically just do what they need to do once springtime comes around. But first thing what we need to do is in that front bed is take out some of those boxwoods that were here before we got to this house. Some of them are looking kind of dead. We've asked about what type of variety they were. They don't know, but we're going to take those guys out and put in some sprinter boxwoods as well, the proven winter variety. So let's go ahead and move to the front real quick and show you guys exactly what we're working with. Alright guys, so here's the boxwoods I was talking about. These are the sprinter boxwoods that we're going to put in the front. We were lucky enough to find 8 of them at the nursery. So we're going to use 5 of those to replace the ones we have in the front. Let me go ahead and show you what we have over there. Alright, so here are the 5 that we're going to replace up here in the front. It's, like I said earlier, one of these is not looking too great. A couple of them were looking just about the same. But we're going to go ahead and just replace these and put the sprinter boxwoods in here. I know I said I was going to take them out before I put the Limelights in there, but I think we're going to leave them in there just to give us kind of a guide of what we want to do, whether we need to space them, leave them, or not put them at all, or just move them, a little bit more out of the way. Before we get started with that, Angie's upstairs putting the little one to bed, so we're going to wait for her to get out here so she can go ahead and help me out with this stuff. Okay, so change of plan. I started to space the Limelights out here where we wanted them, and so far it's not going to work with these boxwoods here, so I'm going to go ahead and take those out before I actually start planting the Limelights. The intention was to leave those there so I can kind of get a guide, and me and Angie can both see what it's going to look like with some boxwoods up here, whether we're going to like it or not. But we're just going to have to take them out. There's just not enough room to get the Limelights in there with those boxwoods in the way, so we're going to go ahead and start taking these guys out, and we'll figure out afterwards, once we put the Limelights in, whether the boxwoods are going to go or not. Alright, so one of the things that we feared with planting up here was how deep we're actually going to be able to go because of the slope here. As you can see, these boxwoods, fairly easy to take out. You can see where all this stuff, it's still kind of root bound, and the roots down here kind of actually spread because most of this right here was nothing but mulch. So what we're gonna have to do is probably clear it out a little bit and try to dig a little bit deeper just to get those Limelights in there. But again, we're gonna figure that out as we go along and continue to plant this stuff up. Alright, so this is that last one that I was telling you guys about. It's got a lot of windburn. It's pretty crunched up. It's not looking too great. We'll probably just put this in a container, stick it maybe in the garage and see if we can rehabilitate it. But that's, to be seen in the future. Alright, so after all the hard work, Angie decided to finally come out.
Are you done?
Yeah, sure.
I was hoping you were done. Took a while to put him to nap. Oh wow, okay.
Alright, so we got the 3 holes dug. The good thing about this is it's a lot of sandy soil, which is going to be great for these hydrangeas. Just a matter of keeping them well irrigated and watered throughout the season. But it's going to be good. The boxwoods also will do well on this slope with the sandy soil. They stay nice and watered.
That's a lot of dirt, a lot of soil that you brought out.
Yeah, what you going to do with it?
I don't know. Now we're going to have to figure that out. Okay, so the boxwoods are out. The little ones, I might just use those.
Okay. And
repot them. And do some topiary or something with them. I think that would be pretty cool. I'm happy about this though. Okay.
Let's get these Limelights in.
Alright, let's do this.
So we got the holes dug already and we're ready to put our Limelight Hydrangeas in. First thing we're going to do is add some Biotone fertilizer. Now this is not the kind of fertilizer like Hollytone that's going to promote any growth throughout winter. What we want to do is add the Biotone to promote root growth. We want these to establish themselves. You specifically when going into the winter months and the ground starts to freeze, We want these guys to establish their roots as quickly as possible before the ground freezes. And even if the ground freezes, they're already going to be in the ground. They'll be well protected over here in this area. Normally we plant these guys a little bit higher, but here we're not really too concerned about planting them a little bit low, especially because there's so much mulch up here, and the slope is just, the water is just going to completely drain away from it. It's not going to be waterlogged or anything like that. So it's going to have some good irrigation. We're going to keep it watered. We're going to install some drip irrigation here come springtime, so that way we can keep the watering you know, to the maximum amount that it needs throughout the spring and summer months. But like I said, first what we're going to do is we're going to add some Biotone fertilizer here. We're going to get a good scoop and just toss that in there. I'm gonna get some of the native soil and just mix it up just a bit. I dug these a little bit lower, so I want to go ahead and be able to raise it up just a tad, not too much, but I want to get that Biotone mixed up in there, so once this starts spreading its roots, it grabs a hold of that Biotone and does its thing. As you can see, we're really happy with these right here. They're absolutely gorgeous with their blooms and the size of them. Now these will get a lot bigger, about 84 to 96 inches tall, and they'll spread just about the same. What we did is we planted these about 4 to 5 feet apart, just to get that look. Once spring and summer comes and these start to grow out, they're going to kind of meet up with each other and have a nice hedge look to it up here in the front. It looks pretty spaced, but I guarantee you these things are going to grow to a nice size shrub. We have, like I said, the two that we have, they grew big, they filled in just enough to create a hedge look, and that's what we're going to go for here in the front. Alright, so we got the first one in, we got 2 more to work with. Me and Andrew are going to go ahead and do the second ones. Now when we're doing these videos, we're doing them in Spanish as well, so it's going to kind of look kind of weird the way we're cutting it and showing you. One of the last ones, we're not going to show all 3 because, again, like I said, we're doing this video in Spanish as well. So we'll do the other 2. Andrew will do one in Spanish, and then we'll do one together at the end. But that's the first one. Let's move on to the next ones and get those done.
Okay guys, we are so happy with how it came out. The results are just awesome. I wish we had done it earlier. We're going back and forth on what to plant because of the slope, the big thing that we've been talking about, me and Ambrose. But I did some research on what were good plants for slopes, and hydrangeas are perfect. We are not going to be able to do the boxwoods right now because it's getting dark already, but boxwoods are another plant that do great in slopes. So for now, this is going to be okay. Maybe tomorrow we'll go ahead, finish up. We'll do another video of planting in the boxwoods. Don't know if that's going to stay there. And I'm saying that because how we're trying to pick plants that grow quick. We're probably only going to be here 2 to 3 years. We're not sure yet. So that's another thing that we need to talk about more. Any suggestions on what else you would put here? Just reminder, we'll probably just be here 2 to 3 years. So I need fast growing plants and something that's going to look beautiful. I'm probably going to stick with annuals just because they're fast growing and I can play around every year and change it. So that's something else later to talk about. But another thing, why I went with hydrangeas. Me and Ambrose love the way they look. Yeah, they're not going to keep their whole leaves for the winter, but it does have a winter interest. They will have the flowers on there, and if I'm not going to cut them, and if it snows, it just looks so pretty with snow on top. So I'm looking forward to that. Hope it does snow here. Okay guys, so thank you very much for watching, and if y'all have any questions over this video, over the plants, go ahead and leave us down below in the comments the questions. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you later. Bye bye.